Hello, this is Black White Soul, and this is my impressions and thoughts of Smackdown that aired on the 23rd of May. Yeah, that's on May. Good. Okay, Smackdown seems to have a different theme song. It used to be, the sky falls down, it don't matter. But now it's this other one. That's alright entrance. Okay, and it kicks off with Jimmy Hart in the ring, introducing Hulk Hogan, and he comes out. I wish this had happened on Raw. This would have absolutely made my day. Raw was amazing seeing it live, and Hulk Hogan being there would have just been the perfect. But it is still amazing experience seeing it live. And Hulk straight into the plugs. Because Jimmy Hart's there, he's plugging Legend's house. He is definitely a good businessman. I won't lie, if that's all he came out here to do, not that disappointed. I would have been happy to see him, but it didn't really add anything. Just talking about, oh, it's the old days, and then we're already on the road to the next WrestleMania, future's looking bright, and what are you going to do when Legends House, the WWE Network, run wild on you? Well, we won't know, will we? Because in the United Kingdom, we cannot get the network. You just got Hogan out there to plug a product we cannot buy. Oh, what stupid are you? Absolutely ridiculous. A waste of a legend. They should have just had him promoting, bigging up the rest of the stars, not a product that is unavailable in the country you are promoting it in. And then they instantly get me happy again by having Dolph Ziggler come out, apparently in a no DQ match. So we'll see what Dolph's going to be getting up to next. Ooh, and it is a rematch against Batista. And it definitely is Batista. Crowd are 100% behind Ziggler, booing Batista. Gonna see what these two can do in a no DQ match. Please don't murder Ziggler. I know what you're like, Batista. That is smart. Batista goes out of the ring, gets the steel chair. As he comes in, Ziggler just steals the chair. Unfortunately goes for a swing over the top of the rope. Batista pulls him to the outside. When they went into the timekeeper's area, I think they might have loosened some wires, because the commentary had sort of gone all faded. Oh no, it's back now. And speaking of back, Ziggler's is not doing well because he just got thrown back first into the barrier. Batista and Ziggler, well, Batista went over the desk, knocked over Michael Cole. Ziggler then pushed the stuff over and leaped over onto him, and they were both literally fighting each other on top of Michael Cole for a fair while. JBL's now calling it himself, telling him to be a wuss and get back up. Michael Cole eventually crawls back up and is back on commentary. Oh, nasty. So basically Batista was going for the power bomb onto a steel step on the outside of the ring. Ziggler low blows, counters, gets on the apron. Batista is leaning his head over the steel step, goes for a running famouser off the apron, but Batista moves. Ziggler thankfully doesn't land on the step, but he does catch his leg on it as he falls over. Doesn't look pretty. And back in the ring, Ziggler is hit with a spear for the 3 count. This was a really good match. Again, this is like what I've been saying 2 weeks in a row. Batista, Ziggler, they have chemistry together. And I don't know if it's something from Batista, but in the very few single matches he's done now 3 with Ziggler. So I don't know if he's asking to work with Ziggler, or that's just how the cards are falling. But these two do seem to work together. And as I say, for Batista being the big star egomaniac that people think he is, he's given Ziggler offense. It's a very back and forth match. It is not dominated. Batista fought for that win, and he only won it by the skin of his teeth. Really good match. Check it out. Okay, we have the Bellas coming out. But Brie Bella's been replaced by Joy of joys. Eva, get the fuck out of my wrestling company, Marie. Oh my god, let's see how well she can fuck up this woman's match. And they're wrestling the Funkadactyls, the only other diva tag team there is. Okay, so it's just a random divas match, no storyline for this from what I can tell. Let's see what we get. I'll try and be nice. And then we get Summer Rae, who apparently is now referee. I suppose, what, last Smackdown, Eva Marie refereed a match, but what, is this a Smackdown thing? That they get a diva to referee divas matches? They just, no referee wants to be involved with them? I don't understand what's going on here. They recap what happened with Summer on Raw, which I can't really see how this is going to affect this match at all, so why bring it up? It's a very confusing storyline, WWE. And JBL is just cutting off Michael Cole. Michael Cole's trying to emphasise something that happened on Total Divas. That Eva Marie... sorry, Naomi just caught her feet onto Nikki Bella's shoulders and pulled her face into her rectum and basically did a top rope stinky face. Anyway, as I was saying, Michael Cole just getting cut off by JBL talking about, oh, Divas just hate each other. And he's like, well, these two were going to be a tag team. It's like, no, they all hate each other. Yeah, I much prefer to talk about the commentary than I do the match itself. Cameron just used the breakdown. The Jericho's finisher. She just used Jericho's finisher as a standard move. Is this just a fuck you, Jericho? We're going to have one of our most annoying divas use your finisher as a standard move. And thank God it's over. Thank you, Summer Rae. Thank you. You've saved us all. It's basically Eva Marie's in the ring, goes for a pin. She just checks her nails instead. And as soon as Cameron has a slight roll up on every fast count, the match is over. Thank you so much. But again, so what are you doing now? Is Summer Rae going to have a rivalry with both Eva can't wrestle a match Marie and Layla with Fandango? Well, how about we concentrate on that more interesting storyline with Fandango and Layla? That seems a lot more interesting than just I'm going to wrestle this girl who I was going to be a tag team partner with, then I realise she's shit and cannot wrestle. Choose a storyline. And here it comes. The debut of positive thinking and always Bo-leaving friends. Let's see how Bo Dallas does. Okay, there's a few I believe signs in the crowd. There seems to be a quick pop, though it didn't really seem real, like they almost edited in there. So let's see how it goes. At least he's actually getting a match for his debut, not just a random segment. Okay, nice little promo. Again, he's just coming straight into it. This gimmick worked in NXT because it had been years. The crowd turned him like Cena. They turned on him from just being a positive face and just made him a creepy heel. And without sort of a backstory to why, it just doesn't seem to have anything. It's fallen a bit flat. We need to give us sort of more reasons to care. Let's see him actually cheating the match, but then still talk inspirationally. And his debut match against Sin Cara, that's a bit interesting. But at least it's the Sin Cara that can actually speak English. The thing is, he is being a face. He is being energetic, enthusiastic. He is just being overly face. So I don't see how this is going to come across. I think someone that doesn't know Bo Dallas is actually going to think he's a good guy. It's been an interesting test for my non-wrestling friend Andrew, who is now a casual fan. See what he says after Raw, if Bo Dallas is on Raw. See if Andrew can tell that he is actually a heel. I really liked Bo Dallas's new knee spot. Gets Sin Cara laying on the floor, runs off the ropes, hits a knee, rolls back up, hits the ropes, hits a knee, rolls off, hits the ropes, gives him a thumbs up, handstand, and knee to the head. Good spot. Okay, and Bo Dallas wins his first ever match on Smackdown. I think he actually has had a match on Raw before, against Barrett, funnily enough. And Bo Dallas, and he's running around the crowd. Again, unless like they're kind of in on the joke, I think he'll come across as just a really enthusiastic face. Which I suppose is what turned him heel in NXT in the first place, so I'll give it a few weeks and see if the crowd get it, that he is just overly annoying and needs to be booed. Because that's just the fun thing to do. But yeah, finishing move, instead of doing the double underhooked DDT they did in NXT, seems to be using the Stratisfaction. And he's got back in the ring and he is shaking Sin Cara's hand, saying, "Never give up, don't stop believing, you did really well." The most patronising talk in the world. I enjoy this, mainly because I know the character. It'll be interesting to see someone's view that don't know the character. It's also my friend Lee, that is a big wrestling fan but doesn't watch NXT. We'll see what he thinks of Bo Dallas. Hopefully he'll be on Raw and then I can share their thoughts and opinions with you. We get Bray sitting in the ring with his rocking chair, minions either side, and the lovely visual of the flashlights just looking like the night sky behind him. A Bray Wyatt promo, what more do you want me to say? Leads into him then showing a nice video package of Raw. This is what we come to expect from him. It works, but it's nothing new. And Bray has a friggin' breakdown and just starts after getting like intensifying his promo, and then collapses onto his hands and knees and starts singing. He's got the whole world in his hands. Yeah, so I think they're actually going to go with he's possessed by the devil is the storyline. We have Paul Heyman and Cesaro on commentary, and the match is going to be Alberto Del Rio. Not my fave. And he is going to be facing Sheamus. This will be an interesting one. I can't see it being quite the same reaction to Sheamus versus Antonio on Monday, with a blatant favourite and a blatant person getting booed. Let's see who gets the worst out of it in this match. And Cesaro shouts to Sheamus, "Hey, I'll shake your hand now." Sheamus turns, Alberto attacks him from behind. And they're also talking about Sheamus speaking other languages. Speaking of that, there doesn't seem to be a German announce table this time. What was that about? Cesaro tries for a cheap shot. Sheamus manages to catch him, knock him off the apron. Del Rio tries taking advantage again, misses, gets slammed by Sheamus, and then Cesaro just drags him out the ring, smashes him into the steps, and hits a neutralizer. So it looks like we've got Cesaro having a bit of a rivalry with Sheamus. Should be a good back and forth. Not going to do much for Sheamus being a face, but it's a good person. He is capable of good matches, and Cesaro is a phenomenal worker. These two can have some really good classic matches together. And Cesaro is getting clapped while he's shaking hands with Sheamus's unconscious body. Recaps the Stephanie McMahon segment from Monday, of just maybe Daniel Bryan will turn up and give me the titles. Not a very definitive answer to what's going on. Oh, we get good old Vicky. She managed to come to England. What you don't know about Vicky Guerrero is she can party with the best of them, and it's party time all the time. And this brings out Adam Rose. Okay, and they ask the crowd if Vicky Guerrero is a lemon. Of course, they're like, yes. I think they were trying to get lemon chance, didn't quite come across how they wanted, but they got the main point. And then Adam Rose keeps trying to poke Vicky with his lollipop, not an innuendo, And eventually she falls off the apron onto the the rosebuds, and they carry Vicky Guerrero around the ring and off. She's being kidnapped to the Exotic Express. Or at least a really cheap whorehouse. Okay, Usos get interviewed by Renee, and they come across quite good here. They haven't had many, like, impromptu promos to themselves. They've got good charisma. They're quite jokey and fun, which works for them. But it does mean they actually compliment John Cena quite well when he comes in. And they do their whole again. Cena talks not making any sense, which I suppose is mocking Bray. Yeah, I think this pairing's quite good, and the Usos getting connected with top tier storylines is only good for them and the tag team division. Though, I hope that means Luke and Eric are going to challenge for the tag team titles at Payback. We need some tag team title matches on a pay-per-view would be nice. And we get our main event of the Usos and John Cena versus the Wyatt family. Let's see how this one turns out. I was wrong, it's not a six-man tag. It is pure tag team action. The Usos versus Eric and Rowan. All in all, it was actually a really nice match between the two. As I say, I'd really like this to be a Payback main event, a title match. But Bray interjects himself in the match, pushes Jimmy off the top rope for the DQ. After this, Cena runs in the ring and just steals the thunder. And AA's Eric. It's like making the Usos sort of weak and pathetic and need help. And now everyone, of course, is scattered, so they mean nothing. It's all about Bray and Cena. And then they just walk away from each other. Okay, Smackdown. As I said, Batista and Ziggler stole the show. Really good match. Good use of Batista. Glad Ziggler's getting some recognition. Builds up Batista for his upcoming match. And Ziggler just having a decent match with a top tier star doesn't do him any harm losing. Really good. I think Bo Dallas's debut was a nice one. Adam Rose did a fun little segment. Divas exist. With a really confusing storyline that doesn't really seem to be going anywhere. Choose, are you going to go with the Fandango Layla storyline? Or are you going to go with Eva's shit and Summer is alright not to team with her storyline? As I say, Usos, I hope this builds up for a title match for them. If not, they're just being used and they're going to get tossed aside by Cena like a child. Let's not do a dirty masturbation analogy there. Just going to be tossed aside. Great, it's got the word toss in it. Fantastic. Anyway. And it comes down to Bray, and thought, after Cena getting the shit kicked out of him Monday, he would actually be a bit angry. You're just too jokey too often, Cena. Bray knocked you out in a last man standing match on Monday. The crowd didn't see it, but afterwards you stole his shoe and threw it at him, but that's not the point. Why are you not angry? Is it like you don't see Bray as an actual threat? You're just having fun with him. You've got to get the right balance between intense. When you do intense, you do it really well, Cena. But at the moment, you're just going too jokey again. Take him as a serious threat. Make this intense. Make it mean something. And then it'll be even better when he goes over you. Which he should do, or you've just killed him. Anyway, yeah, not the best Smackdown, but definitely not the worst one. Batista Ziggler makes me happy. And that is that. Until next time, let me know your thoughts and opinions below. TTFN.